Hello guys, good day everyone. I'm your teacher Arlene Elmin. So today our lesson is all about orchard gardening. So our milk is use technology in the conduct of survey to find out the following element to be observed in planting trees. Market demands for fruits, famous orchard farms in the country. So for our content and core content, demonstrate an understanding in scientific practices in planting trees and fruit trees. So growing fruit trees requires a lot of things, but your efforts will be rewarded with a delicious crop of mangoes, jackfruits, bananas, and other tasty treats. To obtain good harvest, you need to understand the different environmental factors that affect the growth of trees. The natural habitat of a given tree is a combination of environment factors favorable to its complete development. So these include the physical and chemical properties of the soil, air, the light, rainfall, temperature, gravity, as well as other plants and animals. So there are elements to be observed in planting trees. So one is the proper care of plants and soil. So of course, we're going to choose the best place for planting. Choose the best seeds that best suit to the season and the soil. Put sufficient fertilizers in the soil before planting, and then take care of the soil and plants regularly. Second is the methods of planting in different trees are planted in different ways. So there are two types of planting. First is the direct planting. The seeds or any propagating part of the plant is directly planted into the soil, so where it will germinate and grow into full grown trees. Second is indirect planting. The newly germinated seedlings are allowed to grow in the nursery until such time that they are ready to be transplanted in the field. And the third is the preparing seeds for planting. Different seeds have different preparation before planting. Example, the placing the seed under the sun, remove from the hard shells before planting, then dried before planting, soak in the water, and etc. And the fourth is the preparation of seedlings before planting. So in preparation of seedlings before planting, there are three preparation: the thinning, the pricking, and the hardening. So for thinning, to reproduce strong plants, pull out some crowded seedlings. So for pricking, this is done when transplanting seedlings from one seed box to another to provide more space for proper development. And then for hardening, the process of gradual exposure of seedlings to sunlight, which is done 7 to 15 days before transplanting. So for the market demands for fruits, to ensure success in selling fruits, the farmers or sellers should be considered the following market demands. Number 1, the buyer selects fruits and other products of good quality, usually based on the size, the shape, and the appearance. Number 2, the good quality of fruits have the same appearance, size, stage of maturity, state of freshness, and shape. Then 3, fruit should be in the freshest state with being sold. They can be command higher prices. Then 4, pack fruits properly in a good container to maintain their freshness and to avoid cuts, bruises, and blemishes. Then number 5, price your products based on the current price on the market. Going to the current market price makes your product competitive. So there are successful orchard growers in the Philippines. So if you get to know the success stories of our country, Top orchard growers, you will never imagine how they got to where they are now. Their hard work, determination, and will to succeed are truly worth emulating. So here are some of the well-known successful orchard growers in the country. So first is Edita Aguinaldo Dacoycoy. So Manang Edita ventured dragon fruit business when she was told how to fruit can be relieve constipation problems. So a condition common to cerebral palsy patients. Her daughter Kate was suffering from this ailment. So selling at 450 per kilo, dragon fruit was too expensive for Manang Edita. So she decided to raise her own fruits in their backyard. From a small plot they now own in a 10-hectare property. Dubbed as a Dragon Lady, Manang Edita, together with her husband and daughter, Mimi Meldred, are also expanded their business into dragon fruit ice cream, in vegan dragon fruit lumpia, wine, vinegar, and even empanadita, dumplings, and burger patties. So, located in Barangay Paayas, Burgos, Ilocos Norte. So, Refam Farms, Rare Eagle Forest Marine and Agricultural Development is now an agri-tourism showcase offering research and livelihood training to fellow Ilocanos and interested farmers. So, yan po siya si Manang Edita Dacoycoy. Next, he is Patricio Basi with his 3-hectare plantation of watermelons, honeydew melons, and papaya. So, he produces crops year-round in Alicia Isabela. So, he was able to send his 4 children to college with his earnings. He used to grow rice before venturing into watermelon, but he said there was no money in planting rice. But now, with melons, one can even hit the jackpot. So, in July 2013, he planted Diana watermelons in 3,500 square meters and got 12 tons worth 480 pesos. So, next is Mr. Sinin Banani, a former Department of Agriculture head of La Fuerta Incorporation, with his engineers to help the community in Mindanao. He converted his land into a banana plantation that produced 5 to 6 million boxes of Cavendish bananas and exports them to the Middle East and another Asian countries. Next is Desiree Duran, or the Duran Farm and Agribusiness Center in San Ildefonso, Bulacan. With her desire to learn about farming, Ms. Duran involved herself in various agribusiness seminars and trainings. So she then converted her land into a tomato plantation and involved her community in the production. So besides producing high-quality fruits and vegetables, the center also trains and teaches on modern agricultural technology. Next is Mr. Jose Mercado. So, agricultural corporations, as a young boy, he was already exposed to the coffee farming in Batangas. He continues this business because he knew that coffee business will make him successful. It actually gives him better life as one of the pioneers in the coffee industry in Batangas. He embarked on the high quality of their coffee beans and roasting techniques. He likewise developed his own blend, Cafe de Lepa, for its flavor and aroma, besides the popular brands Batangas Brew and Kaping Barako. So let's move with the famous orchard farms in the country. The Rose Farms. So Rosa Farms. Rosa Farms is a sprawling 12.5-hectare farm located at 156 National Highway San Marcelino, San Antonio boundary of Zambales. So the property was purchased by David Jackson and Rosa Magsaysay way back in 1920s. So it was originally called Linorom Farm in reference to a nearby river, when Mount Pinatubo volcano erupted in 1991, the whole place was buried in ash, leaving only a few surviving mango trees. They rehabilitated and developed the farm into a mango orchard. By 2011, the farm was renamed as Rosa Farms under the management of Ding and Nelda Solieta. Today, it is not just an ordinary mango orchard but an agritourism destination, as well as a venue for team building, and the corporate events, camping and family outing, educational tours, risk, and recreation. Next is the Gapos Grapes Farms. So Cerelio Gapos started the business in 1980s to provide for his family. 30 years on, the farm has produced beyond expectations. The family also helped neighboring farmers and interested local in planting grapes. So the farm is in Barangay Urayung, Buang, La Union. Next is the Rock Farm. If you are an orange lover from Sankis, Hamlin, and Pongkang variety, then visit Rock Farm of a coffee bodega in Staton Road, Sagada Mountain Province. Entrance fee is 50 pesos. You can eat as much as you want inside the farm. So orange picking season is from November to February. Then the last is the Philippine Mango Seedlings Farm Corporation, a family-owned and operated agricultural enterprise situated in the border of Candaba, Pampanga, and Baliwag, Bulacan. So the company was established mainly for three objectives: environmental preservation through youth education, strengthening of the mango industry by ensuring the constant and sustainable supply of mango produce. And the third is the livelihood enhancement through corporate involvement by promoting mango farming. So, for your learning task 1, so you're going to draw a happy face if the statement is correct and sad face if it is wrong. So do this on a whole sheet of pad paper. So 1 up to 5 only. Then for your learning task 2, copy the table in a whole pad paper and fill up the table with the information corresponds to the name of the orchard. So in the table, mayroon po dyan name of the orchard farm. Andyan po. The Rosa Farm, the Agapos Grapes Farms, the Rock Farm, the Duran Farms Agribusiness Center, and the Philippine Mango Seedling Farm Corporation. So what you're going to do is to write the location of each farm, then know who is the owner of that particular farm, and then the kind of trees and plants they are planted. For your learning task 4, answer the following question. In your own idea, why it is important to know the different elements to observe in planting trees and fruit-bearing trees. And then for number 2 question, if you were a successful orchard grower, how you can help other people, especially during this time of pandemic, like COVID-19. For your learning task 5, read the following statement questions carefully and then choose the letter of the correct answer and write them in your answer sheet. So, I'll give you enough time to answer this task. Then, for your reflection, the learner communicates the explanation of their personal assessment as indicated in the learner's assessment card. So, you as the learner, write in the intermediate paper your personal insights about the lessons using the prompts below. So first, I understand that blank, and I realized that blank, and then the last is I need to learn more about. Thank you.